But wow, that heat out to the west, it is impressive.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Watching that one closely because it's going to affect a lot of people. Let's talk about how this can be very dangerous. Many people love to hike in Arizona during these months, but it is important to keep in mind when the heat will peak, bring some water, pace yourself, and get out there early. According to the American Public Health Association, extreme heat kills more people in the United States each year, more than all other extreme weather events combined. That's how bad this is. Now, let's talk about some of this heat right now. Where we have these extreme heat warnings do include Phoenix, Tucson, Las Vegas, all of the areas highlighted in a deep shade or a very bright pink, where temperatures easily getting above 100, and it's for a matter of hours. But if you're trying to get to the coast to escape the heat, guess what? We have heat advisories here, too.
All the way up to the water.
When you're thinking about San Francisco getting up to 80 degrees, that is unheard of.
That would be very warm in the middle of summer.
Absolutely.
You know, having an 80-degree day in July or even August would be notable for San Francisco. Those water temperatures are so cold in the Pacific that it kind of acts as a natural air conditioning for the direct coastline. Now, the valleys, they're known for being hot, and they're, of course, hot in this type of a setup, too. But just everyone is being touched by the heat, unfortunately, and extends all the way into the Intermountain West.
You know what's so interesting is looking at that area of high pressure, you're talking about millibars at 594, gets up to 597 today. When you talk about the heat in the atmosphere, and you go up to 18,000 feet, 500 millibars, but this is going up higher than that to 20,000 feet. But all that heat, hot air is compressing down to the surface. So even though you don't have a strong Santa Ana event, it's the compressional heating that's part of what's going on. And this just doesn't break down. Not till a couple, maybe about 10 days out do we go to a zonal flow, and as long as we've got this big ridge over us, we're talking hundreds of records possible over the next week. And we're not just tying them or getting close to them, we're shattering them.
Even in the overnight, there's not much reprieve. We still have temperatures that are kind of holding on to the 70s. Closer 70s. To the coast, that is where we do have some cooler temperatures. You know, San Francisco getting down into the 50s, 60s for Los Angeles.
We start this, and I want to mention this because when you talk about San Diego 62, their normal high is 67. LA's normal high is 70. You're at 66.
Yeah, so these overnight lows are closer to where we should be for afternoon highs.
Yeah, we're going to cool a few more degrees, but this is something people talk about. When it's this warm and you're not wearing a sweatshirt outside in the morning hours, that's significant. But take a look at the entire Southeast. You're extending this all the way into portions of Texas, the Plains. By the way, Boise, I saw yesterday, got to 80 degrees. It's the first time they get to 80 degrees in March. I think they've tied it once before.
Yeah, so we'll continue to smash those records. Let's talk about how many records are being smashed. Melanie, you just keep listing off the list and adding on.
Yeah, you just keep searching this morning and you'll find more record after record that continues to be broken. These all-time March record highs. Yesterday, Phoenix smashed a record for the earliest triple-digit temperature ever recorded, reaching 102 just before 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Meantime, San Jose set a daily high temperature record on Monday at 85 degrees. That breaks the old record from 1914. So a long-standing one there. And let's run through the list of more of these records that we are seeing. You can see them highlighted across California and into Nevada. 106 in Palm Springs yesterday, breaking the old record of 104 in Thermal, 107, so 4 degrees higher across the old record. And even in Las Vegas, that 94 breaks the all-time March record of 93. Think about Kingman, too. That's at 3,000 feet elevation, and you still have temperatures that are reaching into the low 90s. We're not going to stop there. In fact, we spread farther off to the east as far as Casper, Wyoming. 78 degrees yesterday. And in Reno, 86 degrees. You have a place like South Lake Tahoe, not on this list, but they had an all-time March record high, and that was reaching 76 degrees yesterday. And keep in mind the elevation that you have at South Lake Tahoe, too. You're thousands of feet above ground level. So that crushed the old record of 71 degrees. Looking at Phoenix specifically, this one's so interesting because the peak of the heat, it's not even here yet. In fact, the ridge is just going to move over Phoenix today, and you're going to continue to see that bubble of warm air there. So that Wednesday high of 102 is going to continue to be beaten. Today, we're forecasting a high of 105 and then 106 come tomorrow. And that 106 is going to be significant here because we're not talking about all-time March record highs at this point. This could actually break the all-time April record high. So we're about a month in advance. And as far as Las Vegas goes, we could continue to surpass that hottest March day on record of 93 as temperatures continue to climb into the upper 90s, possibly pushing close to 100 degrees. And what I find so interesting about this whole setup with the heat is it's not only impacting the places that you would assume would have the heat, not this early, obviously, but even more spots that have elevation. Flagstaff, first 80-degree March day is possible with high temperatures that we're forecasting not just today, but over the next 3 days to be in the low 80s.